Hey guys, Doug the Michigan Piper here to pipe rest, and a little overdue for a video, so figured now would be a good time. I kind of played hooky this afternoon from work, and here it is, the end of September. I've still got 3 weeks of vacation plus a week of built up time I gotta take. So I was like, you know what? It's been a little spread thin lately at work. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and take some time off. So today's the first of hopefully many. I am smoking today in my Dr. Grabo Full Bent some Eileen's Dream. It's been a while since I've had Eileen's Dream, so I figured I'd fire some of that up. Drinking some mint medley tea with homegrown honey in it. And it's been wonderful. I went in this morning to work for a little while, and made sure nothing was falling apart. And then I got a call for the medical examiner's office, so I had to leave work anyway. I'm like, I'm not going back. So tomorrow, I'll take tomorrow off too. I'm not sure when you're watching this, but today's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. But the cool reason why I'm taking tomorrow off is because I'm going to get a new gun. I've been saving for one, mainly because when I first got into self-defense, into church security team, I did a lot of research, and all the research was saying, all these altercations are 2 to 3 shots at most, and they're done. So I picked up a Glock 43, but I've never been like a die-hard Glock guy or, anything like that. But I like the Glocks. They're workhorses. They're nothing fancy to look at, but they get the job done. That's what I'm looking for. So, I got a couple other guns too, but my main carry is my Glock 43. My summertime carry is I got a Ruger LCR that I pocket carry just because I can't tucked in. I don't feel comfortable wearing a gun concealed. But in the wintertime, I have a little more options because I wear, overshirts and stuff that I can carry something bigger on the belt, on either outside the waistband or outside the waistband or inside the waistband. So that's how things started, was with the 2 to 3 shots max, blah blah blah. Well, now we've got these people that are coming in and they're bringing backpacks full of ammo and having shootouts in churches. So I did some more research, and if you're at all privy to the gun world, I've kind of stuck around Glock just because, like I said, I like them. And I've had a 26 before, which is a subcompact. And it was between a 26 and a 19. And so I went with the 19 just because it carries more rounds. It's a little better balanced in my opinion. So I'm going to get that tomorrow, so I can carry some more rounds. It's also a pain in the butt because we'll go shooting with the church team, and the 43, it's 6 in the mag and 1 in the chamber, and all the other guys are carrying 15, 17 rounds, so I'm changing out my mags twice as much as they are, and it's kind of a pain. Sometimes they're waiting on me, so I decided to pull the trigger. See what I did there? And go ahead and get the Glock 19. I'm going one step beyond. I'm going to go ahead and get an optic for it versus open sights. Now, if you're not sure about optics are basically, it's a little round thing that goes on top of the gun. And instead of having the sights that you're using, there's what's called a reticle in there. And And that reticle can be like a dot, or but it's lit, right? It's a little red dot that floats around in there, or a circle with a red dot in the middle of it, which is what I prefer, at least right now, till I've shot it. And it causes you to focus more on just that one point instead of front and rear sights, where you're trying to focus on that front sight and your rear sight's blurry, your target's blurry. In this case, you're just putting the dot on the target and pulling the trigger. So that's going to take some getting used to. It's expensive, which is part of the reason why I haven't gotten anything like that before, but I've been pinching my pennies, which is not easy when you have the pipe habit. But I think this will be a good purchase for me. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm not a huge gun guy. I had a little bit of a hurdle to get over. So when I got out of the military, I had shot some guns in the military, and I'm pretty sure that's the first time I ever shot guns was in the military. And I had a 1911, and I loved it. So I bought one after the military, but really didn't know what I was doing. I sold that, and then I had some long guns for hunting, still do. But then I don't know, I started getting into the security thing. I had some friends that got into guns. So like I say, I've got a few, nothing, I don't have a room like the pipe rest here where they're full of guns or anything by any means. But it's kind of a cool hobby. I don't shoot as much as I need to, which is another reason why I got this gun, because it's not going to make up for a bad shot. But I haven't done any practicing for quite a while, and it showed. We went out shooting the other day, and it really showed. I mean, I was embarrassed. I really was. Pretty sure out of half a dozen guys, I was the worst shot. Not by far. I mean, I think all night we only ran about 50 rounds a piece downrange, because we were doing a specific test. And I think our whole group missed a target 4 times. I think 2 of those were mine. So I didn't do horrible, but I got some work to do, and so I'll be jumping on that and trying to get back into shooting shape, if you will. But I had to get by a hang up that I had there for a little while about whether Christians should carry guns. And I wasn't sure, because there's the whole thou shalt not kill thing, and so it was or is it, I'm not sure if it's kill or murder. I heard something on the other day where they're like, no, it says thou shalt not murder, it doesn't say thou shalt not kill. But I went back and forth with that, and basically where I came up, for those of you who want to do the same thing, this is what Doug has researched and believes, is that the one thing that I keep going back to is Peter in the garden with Jesus when they come to get Jesus. And Peter, if you're not familiar with the story, Peter's one of his apostles, and they come to get Jesus, and Peter's like this. He's just on fire, right? I mean, anything he does 110%. And, he's telling Jesus, I'll never back away. I'll never, I'll never not support you, basically. They come to get him in the garden where Jesus had been praying. And Peter pulls out his sword, and he cuts off one of the soldier's ears. And Jesus tells him, put your sword away. Don't you think that I could have legions of angels at my side if I wanted? I'm paraphrasing. And a lot of people are like, see, you're not supposed to have weapons. But I think the way I looked at that was, he never told Peter not to carry the sword. He didn't tell Peter, throw that sword away. He didn't tell Peter, put that sword away and go sell it for money to feed poor people. He said, put your sword away. I have defense if I need it. So for me, that kind of drove the point home that not that everybody's called to have a gun. by any means, but that, you know, it's okay to have a gun to do some protecting. We are called, as men, we are called to protect. That's one of many ways you can protect. So once I got over that, you know, I mean, there's other stuff in the Bible you could go to. You know, I think it's Jeremiah that built the wall, and they were talking about as they're building the wall around this new city that they're building, you know, to have a sword in one hand and a tool in the other. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of bad parts in the Bible where they use swords the wrong way, but we don't have time for that right now. But I don't think, I think it's okay in my mind. So other than that, not a lot of big news going on. I know it's been a little while since I've done a video. I will say, so I got the property that I talked about in one of my last videos that had burnt and it was connected to my property. So I got that. I'm gonna tear the house down. I went over to it the other day, just see what needed to be done, you know, or how I was gonna plan out tearing this thing down. And every time I buy a property, whether it's a house or whatever, I go, first thing I do after the closing, as soon as the closing as I can, I go and I pray over it. Just that God would bless it, that I would use it the right way, blah, blah, blah. So I did that, you know, no change here. I went over, did my praying, got done, took about 2 steps, and got a nail up through my shoe into my foot. That hurt. I'm talking too much, my pipe ain't staying lit. So I sat there for a minute in agony, and it could have been worse because it got me in the meaty part, like right up in there instead of like right there would have really hurt. And but it stayed in. It's not like it poked me. So I had to balance on one foot in this rubble from the fire. And there's about that much of that nail sticking out, and had to like get my fingernails around it. I had my hiking boots on, and pull this nail out of my foot and then out of the shoe. And yeah, that sucked. So gotta be a little more careful. I'm wearing my fire boots over there from now on. But I'm excited to get working on that project. That'll be fun to get that cleaned up, and not gonna be cheap because, you know, it's $900 a day to rent an excavator, and it's you know, for 10 days of a dumpster, I think it's, what'd they say? I don't know, like $500 or something like that. So it's not cheap, but it'll be nice when it's done. I'll have a place for the bees and go from there. So looks like I've been rambling on for a good time, guys. So I'm gonna leave it be here, but just want to touch base and let me know how you guys are doing. Talk to you soon. Hope you're all doing well. Until next time, you take care.